This section we're going to talk about solving by using the quadratic formula. So the first thing that's important to know is what is the quadratic formula. It is, sorry about that, negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. First thing I want to point out is notice my division line is completely covering everything that's on the top. That's the way it's supposed to be. We do not separate them out, or only partial. A couple things to know. We will not be putting letters in here at this time. So anything that plugs in here will always be a number. X does not go into my quadratic formula. Okay, these are all going to be numbers. Once you have all your numbers plugged in, you're going to want to simplify this to the best of your ability and then simplify the fraction as a whole. Remember, it is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. That's the form we need to use. Let's make this a little better for us. Let's get rid of my b's for a moment. Let's make them blue. And let's make him blue. So now you can see where all the b's go. Let's make a's red. Let's take out this one, that one, and you. Let's make you red, so you're going to need an A here, here, and here. And my C will be green. Get rid of him. And 4A, C. So now that it's color-coded, you can see where all the numbers are coming from. Anything that is left written in black, that is standard to the equation and is there all the time. So now let's use the quadratic formula. So I have these quadratic equations here and I'd like you to solve them. First is that everybody has to be on the same side. So notice in this one here, negative 8x needs to move to the left to be in with everyone else. So let's move him by adding him to both sides. And again, the order must be written correctly. It's x squared plus x plus the number. So my 8x does not just get added to the end. He's going to be in the middle here. My recommendation is to then label. This is my A, my B, my C from my formula. There's your quadratic formula again as a reference with the color coding. So you might want to stick to that and do like I did. I underlined each of the terms that would go with this specific letter. So my A term is underlined in red, my B term is underlined in blue, and my C term is underlined in green. Plug them all into my equation. This is going to be negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 all over 2 times 1. We're going to simplify this down. Negative 8 plus or minus, that's 64 minus 12 under the square root all over 2. And 64 minus 12 would be 52 divided by 2. And in working this out, the square root of 52 can be broken down to 2 square roots of 13 and 2. Can take a 2 out of everybody. out. Try again. 13. And that there is your answer. If you get back to this answer, we'll be okay for now. We'll go in more in depth on how to reduce a radical. If you have one of the calculators that I recommended, you can use that. It would be helpful. So this here would be acceptable. Okay, but this is the actual answer. So I will take this as your answer and try to start working towards that other one. So pause the video and take time to do the next problem. All right, so for the next problem, if you notice, everybody is already on the same side. I do not have to move anybody. The order is correct. I do want to underline or highlight who I need. So this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. Now I can fill in my formula. It's a negative, not with a highlighter, I can't. This is a -3 plus or minus the square root of 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times -2 for AC all over 2 times A, which is 1. We're going to simplify my radical. This is going to be 9 plus 8 over 2, -3 plus or minus the square root, that's 17. Give him a 7. All over 2, and square root 17 cannot be reduced, so this is my answer. No, I do not want the decimal forms of these. I do want you to leave it as a fraction. I do want you to leave it as a radical if you need to. I do not want decimals. Here are the problems I would like you to complete for homework. These problems I would like you to write down on a separate sheet of paper. A good place would be your notebook. I would like you to work them out, show all your work, take a picture of your work, and send it to me in Google Classroom.